let's be honest. If he's pressing W and D, he's not gonna press A and S. See? There's no S. People who've told you to train this, 2k bots who try to coach and don't understand CS. Okay, he goes red, uses the nade to break the smoke. Okay. Who in the right mind goes close with an M4S against Tech 9s? Well, Donk does. And he farms. Hello gamer, Coach P here, and in today's video you already know what it is. We are watching Donk perform on CT side of Nuke, where he posted 22 kills and 6 deaths on his first game of the major, getting a freaking ace in the first round on the major he played. So let's see how he performed, let's see the key inputs, let's see what he's doing to frag so much, because it's honestly an insane result and nobody has came even close to his score and his rating. So let's get right into it. So we have the pistol round, Donk is getting dropped the dual Berettas and the nade. I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't seen this ace, but let's take a look at what he's doing exactly. So he's gonna be throwing a nade, he's aiming at the bottom of the red here and left and right click throwing while running forward. The nade is gonna miss, because it bounces off red. It's not supposed to bounce off red, it's supposed to bounce inside main, but it doesn't matter, right? And now he's getting up close with the dual Berettas. And what we see here, he's immediately going in front of red and gonna be fighting these people coming out of main, so this is a great angle for dualies, right? Up close and personal. Let's see, so why was he crouching while picking that angle? Why do you think is that? Because if he's crouching, he's fully accurate while pressing S and D at the same time. Normally, when you're moving, you don't want to be crouching because you're an easier target because you're moving slower. But if you're pressing anything but A and D, you want to be crouching while repositioning because you're holding an angle and you want to be immediately accurate in case they pick you at that timing, right? So that's why he's going to be pressing control here while going backwards, because he's just repositioning. He wants to reposition slightly backwards towards red, right? And he's going to be pressing control while doing that. You will see the control press later on as well. So I'll make sure to point that out. And now he's basically spamming A and D while fighting. Also presses crouch here for a moment, basically to dodge the headshot, I believe. Very nice shots. Keeps holding this. Crouched here, I believe, for a moment. Yep, so his reaction to the guy peeking was crouch. As we all know, the Donk style is the crouch tap while fighting and then standing up. It's a new mechanic, I mean, new in terms of CS in general, where people started doing that, where they tap the crouch in CS2, right? I'm not saying CSGO, it wasn't that popular, where people just tap crouch and then stand up. It's not everyone doing it, but Donk, all these Russian players like Kyosuke, like the other players that are coming from Face It Grind, they're using this kind of technique, right? So again, he actually shoots here on counter strafe, so he first counter strafe shoots him and then just crouched later. And now, guys, notice he's repositioning using W and D at the same time. And what is he doing? Crouching, because he wants to be accurate as he's shooting, right? So he's not walking forward on W, right? He's pressing crouch, because with crouch pressed, he's ready to shoot, right? So as he's moving forward, he's constantly ready to shoot, right? So this is very important to notice. A lot of you will get caught while pressing W forward, while you're not crouching and you're not even ready for the peek, and then someone peeks you and you're like on W walking forward and you're dead. Right, here he's just spamming AD. I mean, he's counter-strafing, obviously, with these small movements. Sometimes he's just spamming the AD. He's really good at movement, so it's not gonna be a problem for him to connect the counter strafe as soon as he sees him. And we're gonna skip a little bit because we know that he's gonna come from A main. Tries to fight here, crouches instantly, and Chopper is giving him the ace. And now he's just spamming the body. Why is he spamming the body? He just wants to guarantee the kill. The reason why he's spamming in the body and crouching is because he knows it's the last guy, right? So he doesn't need to kill him quickly. I mean, as quickly as the others when there's 5 alive. And he can just secure the kill with the spam in the body, right? Which is more guaranteed way than trying to go for the headshot. And if you want to have mechanics more like Donk and less like a Silver, what you want to do is you want to be following a proven system, proven exercises that get your mechanics to be able to dominate level 10s and above, right? So in the improvement camp, we have a mechanics mastery section, which covers almost all of the possible things that you can think about inside the mechanics realm. So we have things like counter strafing, principles of practicing, what is flick shots, what is micro adjustments, crouching, deathmatch, sneaking, right? Getting peeked, how to avoid getting Ferrari picked. And what is the best part is that in the community section, if you do mechanics practice, I literally review your mechanics personally and I see if you're practicing it correctly. So you can stop missing shots, start hitting more, and just dominating your duels. So if you're interested in that, you should check out the first link down below and see how improvement camp works. And if you're interested in that, I'll see you inside. Let's go back to watching the video now. You're gonna see the next round. This is a second round. The enemies have only Glocks, so it's honestly gonna be an easy cleanup for Donk. We're gonna even watch it. Yeah, we are. Let's see him frag a little bit. It's nothing special. Any one of you can replicate that against Glocks. But the important part is that you guys need to know that in your Faceit or Premier matches, very rarely there will be a situation when there is 4 players with Glocks and 1 with a Deagle, right? Most of the time, what's gonna happen is people are gonna force buy, they're gonna buy some kind of armors, some kind of better pistols, maybe even force completely. So what you don't wanna do is get up close like here, like Donk. Donk knows they're gonna play Glocks because it's a tier 1 game where people are saving to buy next round, which means he can go super aggressive, right? Maybe if they bought full force buy with Galils and shit, he wouldn't go so aggressive without any support, right? But here, since they just have Glocks, he's doing whatever he wants, right? He's just gonna farm. Or I guess not gonna farm because they're not coming to him. Let's see the next round, the start. And by the way, Donk is the player who's playing towards team main, electric, red train position. They're kind of interchangeable, but this is his spot, right? Taking care of that A yard. So this is gonna be a pretty default combo of utility thrown. He's gonna throw a Molotov into A main, then gonna follow up with the same nade we've seen in the pistol round, now thrown correctly, and bouncing a flash to peek into A main, right? In case they're rushing out. And he's going into pop. Oh, this is an interesting push. Very interesting actually that they do that first round. Huh. Wow. Okay, that's aggressive. It's the kill. Again, crouch on the duel. Let's rewatch that. I'm really interested. So he's pre-aiming here, pressing W and D, and his reaction to seeing the enemy is gonna be crouch. Because, guys, let's be honest. If he's pressing W and D, he's not gonna press A and S. Like, come on. See? There's no S. So he's not countering the movement with W. I'm preaching this for fucking 5 years. When you're caught on W or W and D, you don't counter strafe with S. You don't need to train this. People who've told you to train this are fucking 2K bots who try to coach and don't understand CS. You don't counter strafe with S. You don't train it. Don't waste time on it. What you do is you fucking crouch when you see the enemy, and then you on crouch, you start moving to the other direction, which is basically the donk slide or whatever you want to call it, right? He will never like try to counter strafe with us. And now he's basically pressing all the keys because he's moving around the map, so this is not like for the fight, this is more for repositioning himself. Okay, what's gonna happen now? Now he's coming back from pop. He's already pre-aiming towards A main and that area, Olaf area, because he knows that someone could have walked out, right? Number 1, I don't know who this is, but he's in CT quad, and we don't know if he let people come out, right? Oh my god, the perfect kill. And again, he's gonna be crouch, I believe, immediately on the duel. Let's see it. No. As he's shooting, we don't have the crouch. Crouch is gonna happen as he shot the first 2 bullets, I believe. He didn't even need to crouch for this duel. And then he's repositioning. Checking Olaf. Super aware, right? And then he sees the other guy. I think Ultimate didn't even see him. And I mean, the reposition caught him off guard for sure. And he's just gonna be switching directions a little bit while holding, right? We see multiple ways of holding. Like, you can keep switching directions like this. You can do bigger strafes if you want to be stepping. And also you can just counter strafe, left, right, like Elysian, Kyosuke do while holding, for example, ramp or while holding the other angles. And a clean kill. Again. Ooh. This is a good one. Okay, we have the insta main smoke, I believe. be honest, the meta is still forming on this map, and I haven't played it as much as, for example, Dust or Mirage, right? So I'm still kind of figuring out it for myself for the higher level, where these teammate smokes are becoming a meta, but I'm not sure if they're useful in Faceit or Premier matches, to be honest. Probably are. And we can see that they're flashing a lot, actually. And Donk is not going aggro here, because he knows this is not a Glock eco, right? He knows this is gonna be a upgraded pistol, armor, util buy. So he's not going so close. But he might re-aggro very soon. Let's see. Ooh, he spotted one. Just holding the divey angle. Nothing special here. Let's see some nice headshots. Okay, he spots the enemy. Just crouches again while shooting. Oh no, I'm watching Donk, I'm thinking about crouching a lot more. But the thing is, guys, that he's not committing to crouch when there is multiple enemies in front of him, right? You have to have enough game sense to understand the fact that if you, for example, stand here on the map in front of red and there's people coming out of A main, you can't like just crouch and start shooting one guy because you're just gonna get traded, right? In this case, for example, he's isolating that fight with the LA guy and he's only crouch tapping, he's not committing to crouching. Here again, we see that pattern of repositioning backwards with the crouch, right? So as you can see, he's moving backwards behind the default train and he's crouching while moving backwards. So he's ready for anyone to swing ladder. Again, fuck, I'm calling this ladder. I'm old. Pop dog, I mean. So if you guys notice this, you need to be doing this as well, because in that millisecond that he's repositioning, someone could be wide swinging, pop dog, and you're dead. He's even shooting at this like he expects someone to fucking peek at this time, but nobody's gonna peek, right? So we have a little bit of ADHD from Donk shooting at ghosts. But that's okay. Okay, let's see next round. How do they start? Molotovs, nade combos coming in. It looks like it's a pretty default defense against the A push. Just Molotovs into A main and nades with left and right click. Okay, to stop a main push, what you want to do is you want to throw the molly as early as possible. So you don't want to be running with your molly and throwing it like this, right? So as you can see, Donk does this. He moves here and then he looks for this glass windows and he aims at the right side top of it, right? So the molly bounces like this. It can bounce slightly differently, but that's the main idea. You want to basically block people running out of it. And then you're gonna use a nade that you're gonna aim somewhere on the ground here with left and right click, just as you cross this point. So you cross this point, left and right click the nade, right? And then you're gonna bounce a flash of the right side of this train here, so it pops somewhere here. So if people are out all of or peeking you like this, they're gonna get blinded, right? So the whole combo will look something like this.
Throwing fire. Grenade. Flashbang.
As you can see, and then you can peek towards it. Of course, you can refine it, you can get used to throwing it in a faster pace.
Incendiary out. Throwing a grenade.
And you need the binds for the nades to switch them, and I fuck up the flash, but if I fuck it up, I notice it and I will turn from it, right? But that's the idea, that's how you stop the A main rush. Of course, your teammates can also dump their nades behind red if you expect a rush. Or you can even have an AWPer flashing like this for you. This kind of super anti-rush thing where you're flashing like this against people coming out of A main as well. But yeah, learn the util set and be better at stopping A main rushes, just like Donk. Alright, and he's just holding the deep smoke. Ooh, someone's coming out, but the flash is shit. What the fuck is this flash? It's shit. I mean, he doesn't crouch here, see? Interesting, because he wants to reposition. He knows if he crouches, he doesn't have time to shoot anymore. Yeah, that flash was shit. He re-smokes, keeps holding this. And they go out B. Can't do much here. Holding very passively, he's not like wide swinging. A lot of you guys would just run out of con and literally wide swing lower and die. As you can see, he's very aware of the fact that they could have pushed up. And even though one of his teammates, number 1 and number 5, are already like kind of retaking, he's still playing chill, right? So this kind of patience, see, the Donk is an insanely skilled mechanically player. So who the fuck you think you are that you're gonna wide swing this, right? You're not Donk. You're worse than Donk. I am too, obviously, as well. So maybe have some kind of patience like he does, right? Because he's mechanically better. He could have swung like con and just tried to pick someone lower, but he's not, right? So you might as well want to be patient like that. But to be fair, maybe in a pug he would just swing. Maybe. Well, anyways, he plays kind of like very passive and is not gonna do anything here, I guess. Oh, unless going through smoke and killing Nuff, who's not aware of this. Oh, no, that's it. Let's see the next round. Donk is like, why are they not coming A anymore? I want some kills. Okay, so we're gonna have the default utility set again. Oh, this time the flash comes in. So he wants to peek immediately and wants to nade a little bit later. So a little change up in the pacing, right? So he notices, okay, nobody's rushing out A main. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna flash, peek it, and then if nobody's there, I'm just gonna nade it to the left side because maybe someone jumped to the left. It's an interesting change of like utility. So I don't know if this is thought out or not. Here I think he wanted to smoke pop, but he didn't, or he's gonna do it now. As you can see, he just lines up the frame of the pop without being exposed to it, and he smokes it. Super useful to do. So for this lineup into pop, you're gonna be looking for this frame of the door, and you don't wanna be exposed to the peak, right? So you're just aiming for the frame, and you're just gonna left click throw this. And that's gonna smoke off inside the pop effectively, and you'll make sure that you don't need to be scared about anybody peeking there at that moment, right? Of course they can break it, of course they can push it, but it's very hard if the smoke is so deep inside because they don't know what's on the other side, so it would be risky for someone to just go in the smoke. And now he peeks into it. The smoke is nice and deep, so he's not scared about anyone running out. He would have to be mad to do that. And now he's reaggressing towards A main, which is very brave, but he is insane mechanically, so he does that. And they all have Galileos on Liquid, so they're going B again. They are avoiding Donk. I mean, I would do the same, to be honest. I mean, guys, so if Liquid, a team who literally practices every day and all of them are like super skilled individually, are avoiding one player who's having a good game or he's good, maybe in your face-it matches, you could also apply this advice. You see someone popping off, you see someone being like insanely good. Okay, you're like, oh, let's go to the other side. Fuck it. We're not going into this Opera or this Rifler, right? Would be a good idea. Because a lot of times, by the way, take a default face-it match. Mirage. B player. Who the fuck is the B player? Usually the lowest elo, right? Nobody with high elo, 4k elo wants to play Mirage B. So you might be like, fuck me, I'm not going into this 3-man stack who I'm playing against that are playing short, con, and window. We're just gonna go B. And we're just gonna kill this bot who's playing B. And then the good players will play retake and we'll fuck them. That's the 1000 IQ move. Liquid is doing that right now. So they're like, we just go into those bots, Tenir and Zwei on B, and then Donk has to retake. I'm kidding, of course they're not bots. And of course Liquid is not thinking like that. Not exactly like that. But you see, Donk can do shit, because it's a retake situation. Alright, so now we have a different molly again. So this time the molly goes into right side of Olof. And we have a smoke. Ah, that's why the molly's changed. Because someone smoked insta main. I understand. Okay, so he's jiggling. He hears some steps towards B and he's like, oh fuck, they're going B again. I'll have to retake again. And he's like, why did we take Zweig and Tenir instead of Magisk and my bro Zontex? They are so bad. They're losing B every round. Bring back Magix and Zontex, please. Probably not, but... And he dies and he's like, fuck me, just gotta play with these bots again. Man, they're so bad. They're 2-B, they can't hold it. They aren't killing anyone. That's what Donk is thinking. Okay, he goes red, uses the nade to break the smoke. Okay. So he breaks the smoke, he doesn't peek on the break, and then the last moment of the break he peeks. He's throwing nothing towards main. And now, like, he just breaks it, doesn't peek it. And now last moment of the break, where this like nade is fading, he just peeks this little angle. Oh, I think it's on purpose, like he wanted to catch someone on the box, right? Wow. I mean, this is not planned. I'm telling you, this is not, he doesn't know the timing. Like he doesn't count the seconds, right? But he knows in his head that, okay, I'm gonna nade this. In like 1 second, it's gonna be like, the smoke is gonna look like this, so I'm gonna peek at that moment. It's all instinct here, I guarantee you. But he knows how it works, how the mechanics of smokes work, that he can peek on that last kind of fade of the smoke, you know? So it's not like he's counting like 1, 2, 3. No. It's all instinct, but well, first he had to learn that by just playing the game and using this kind of mechanic. So don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I'm gonna throw the nade and I'm gonna count to like 2 and then I'm gonna peek. No, that's not it, right? You have to kind of feel it. This has to be trained. Just go and break smokes a couple times and notice how it looks like. If you want to replicate this move in any other map or anything. So now he peeks into the molly. Crosshair placement doesn't work. He flicks and shoots instantly, gets killed by Elige, right? Obviously, Elige is probably the only player that's even close to Donk mechanically here on that team. Like, I don't think Tsuhe, Ultimate, Nerds, or Naf are even close mechanically with rifles to Donk. Like, yeah, Naf like, can put up numbers with rifle, but he's more of that kind of passive player with low sensitivity. Nerds as well, Ultimate is OPing and Tsuhe is IGL, right? Obviously, all insanely skilled players, but Elige, I would say, is like really close to Donk in regards to raw aim, raw ability to hit the fucking headshot fast. I would compare maybe Frozen. Maybe who else is close to him with rifles? Mongols, I don't think that's anybody like super good mechanic. They're just good as a team. Who else is Vitality? Robs is slow player. He's not that fast kind of entry beast. He's good, but like who else? Who else is like Donk? There's no one else. No one's fucking entry and that insane. Elige is kind of good. And maybe I forgot about someone. Don't hate on me. Okay, so this time he's going close. So nade goes in. It's kind of default util again. Slightly thrown slightly differently. We have the A main lurk, and he's beating the lurk by going to the right side of it, which they might not expect. You never know. They have like kind of a force buy, and like Liquid knows that Spirit knows that they have this force buy or low buy, so they might not expect Donk close main here. Because who in the right mind goes close with an M4S against Tech 9s? Well, Donk does. And he farms. They have no chance, honestly. Like, this guy's so good. Yeah, they have no chance. The movement, the adjustments, the awareness, it just clicks. It just works. It's an art. It just works, you know? But I would say what's making Donk the best is movement first. Movement would be first. Number 2 is awareness, and only number 3 is aim, in my opinion. But you know, I'm not saying I'm right. It's just my opinion. For me, number 1 is movement, number 2 is his awareness, and number 3 is aim. Like, for me, the aim is not even like insanely good here for Donk. It's just the movement he does and the way he moves around the angles that he isolates these fights and his awareness of where people are coming from. Like, the aim, probably any 4K elo player is like not even that far from Donk. Not even that far, you know? Like, probably aim trainer people are better than him at aiming itself. But the awareness, bro, you're not replicating that. You have to play like 10 hours a day of CS for fucking 5 years to have this awareness. Like here, for example, he's moving with W into him, I believe. A little bit. He probably doesn't need to, but he does. And guys, let me shut the fuck up. He just moved with W and D and he counter-strafes with A and S. I'm sorry. He actually does. W and D. Right here, W and D, and he fucking counter-strafes with A and S. Okay, never mind me, guys. Maybe we need to start to train this. Maybe we need to start to train A and S counter-strafes. And then he obviously crouches. But I think we need to start training A&S counter strafes. Call me crazy for roasting the other coaches before, but no, actually, guys, we don't need to start training this. You before, like, you're, I don't know, fucking pro, you don't need to train this, but actually, it has some use. First time I see it here. Most of the time it's still gonna be crouch, but in this case, like, most of your fights are gonna be AD anyway, so definitely don't train it yet, unless you're very, very good at the game and you want the extra edge, or you're an entry and you need that crazy counter-strafing power. But if you're just a Faceit or Premier player, you don't need it. But it's good to know this is actually done by Donk, so, you know, I might start training this or exploring this a little bit more. I mean, there's nothing complicated training it. Instead of training the normal counter-strafing, you would just move with W and S, W and D, W and A, S and A, S and D. But most of these fights are happening like this, right? A and D. Okay, so now he swings because he knows they have pistols, and he's pissed for... He's pissed at Tenir and Zweig for losing this side every single round. He's gonna be like, fuck it, man, I need to swing. Obviously, I'm trolling a little bit now. Let's see what last 2 rounds, what they have to offer. So what util set is it gonna be? My bet, left and right click nade, flash and peek. Let's see. Left and right click nade, double flash and peek. And insta main smoke. Okay, that's why double nade instead of molly. Again, crouching and walking. He already knows they like to peek here immediately. So he's shifting, WD control, peeking with AD obviously, repositioning with W a little bit now, maybe soon. No, he's still ready for the peek. W, tap, and falls off. And now number 3 is fighting, and he's falling back. And he's holding main. He's gonna smoke it and go back to side, which means he's holding Ivy a little bit. Basically running around the whole map. Alright. Doesn't look very interesting this round. Oh, actually, Liquid wins it? Wait, what happens? He's rotating to B. Tenir dies on B. He just gets traded. It's pretty default shit. And let's watch the last round. So what util set is it gonna be? I see he has his molly out, so it's gonna be molly, nade, flash. Molly, Olaf, because there's insta main smoke, nade, and that's it. Yeah, so if there is insta main smoke from any of your teammates, do the molly Olaf and nade behind red. If there is no smoke, which will happen most of the time, just molly, nade, flash, guys. Best combo. Okay, what's this? Just gonna walk into ladder. Not ladder, pop dog, sorry. Yeah, just crouches. And he's gonna crouch pick it, yeah? No! No, I don't think he crouches at all in this engagement. Let's see. Peeks with A. D counter strafe. Yeah, tap crouch. Yes, sir. Of course, he taps crouch. Damn, I need to really explore this tap crouch. I need to see if all the pros are doing it. Because I feel like not all the pros are doing it. Maybe the best ones are doing it, the best riflers. We need to explore that, and very soon make some kind of advanced video about it, but probably I'm not gonna do that in the improvement camp because it's gonna be too long and deep for YouTube. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review, hope you learned a lot, and good luck playing your games more like Donk. Peace.